to agree that our summers aren't exactly appropriate for us to enjoy some open-top motoring, but recently we found a cool day where we could enjoy the third generation BMW Z4. Now it is smaller, it is lighter and more powerful than the outgoing model, and what's more important is that it can drop its hat faster than the outgoing model. Let's take a look.
Honestly speaking, I've never really found any of the BMW Z cars very appealing. You see, the Z1, it looked like it was a beach buggy for the road. The Z8, it looked like a toad. The Z3 was just about okay, but both the Z4s that followed never really evoked the kind of emotions that I expect when I look at a sports car. Ironically, however, the people who I know who own Z4s bought it just for that, for the design, because it looked different. But people who wanted better driving dynamics, they stretched and got a Porsche Boxster. Unsurprisingly, I have seen more number of Boxsters on the road than all of BMW Z cars combined. However, there is now a new Z4, and that aims to change everything. It wants to claw back at the Porsche Boxster. In fact, it even announces that intention in a very authoritative tone, more authoritative than the 718 Boxster itself. And that is thanks to the organ that it plays to announce its arrival. A six-cylinder powerhouse that plays its music through two tailpipes. Crackles, pops, bass, treble, it has all the notes you expect of a German sports car. It's easily the sweetest sounding production BMW this side of ₹1 crore. BMW mounts this engine at the front and it feeds power to the rear wheels for a classic BMW front engine rear wheel drive setup. The engine in question is a 3-litre twin-turbo inline-six petrol, and I'm glad that they went with this configuration. The acceleration is quick, the mid-range is meaty, and the power delivery is smooth. In the BMW scheme of things, the M40i badge is usually for those people looking at a slice of the M performance with a fair degree of luxury and ease of use for everyday usage, which is fine if you are choosing a sedan or an SUV. But this is a sports car to begin with. So here, the M40i badge simply means that the level of performance or the kind of power delivery that it offers is very forgiving and yet a lot of fun. The engine belongs to the B58 family of engines that also power the upcoming X7 M40i and the M340i variant of the new 3 Series. In the Euro spec Z4, it produces 340 PS of power and 500 Newton meters of torque, which is good for a 0 to 100 km/h sprint time of a fairly quick 4.5 seconds. Elsewhere around the world, this engine is capable of churning out over 380 PS of power. However, the European norms now require these cars to have an exhaust particulate filter, and that is what restricts the power of this car to 340 PS. India gets the Euro spec version, and that is why the lower power. But that said, 340 PS is not a small figure by any measure, and you have 500 Newton meters of twist, which ensures that a surge in performance is just a dab of the throttle away. The 8-speed gearbox is quick to respond to, under full and partial acceleration. Engine braking, however, is better with the paddle shifters. The engine builds pace rapidly throughout the rev range, and even in its Eco Pro mode, the performance is quite perky. The Sports Plus mode ensures maximum fun though, and also makes the Z4 enjoyably frisky. BMW also has a 4-litre 2-cylinder engine on offer for those looking for a sports car that looks good but also has a more fuel-efficient engine than the thirsty M40i. Great for everyday use, but not something that I would choose. I also need to make a mention to the lane keep assist that this BMW Z4 ships with even in its India spec avatar. Now, it can get a little unnerving because it is quite intrusive and it can violently pull you back into a lane when you least expect it. It needs getting used to, and you can always dumb down the intensity levels of this assist by simply pressing this button on the dashboard and making your choices. You can even turn it off completely if you like. Like I said, it can get a little unnerving, but what I really like about this system is it works flawlessly even on the Indian road conditions. So this morning, in fact, I was driving before dawn. It was quite dark, glazy concrete surface, quite a dirty road. It could still pick up all the lane markings quite flawlessly. Some lane markings that even I couldn't see, it could pick up quite flawlessly and maintain my line, which I think is a good thing. So like I said, it does need a little getting used to. However, what I like about it is it works on the Indian road conditions, and that is very good news.